Headline news most affecting Abbotsford this week: the Mission School Board taking action against Action for Canada. While BC Transit took their job action, Mission's mayor got on the board, literally. A 91-year-old Abbotsford senior is mugged for her purse. An Abbotsford Christian School taking a run at a basketball championship. Josh will have more in sports. All right, Abbotsford, let's get started. On the heels of the Action for Canada legal motion against the Chilliwack School Board being dismissed by the Mounties, stating that the Chilliwack School Board allowed child pornography in their libraries, and that was not the case, comes another legal setback. At the February 21st Mission School Board meeting, a motion was passed that the Board of Education declines to recognize any delegation from Action for Canada or its representatives to present in board meetings or committee meetings for a period of a year. And further to that, the board will continue to exercise its authority to respect recognizing delegations seeking to make any presentations before the board in a manner that affirms its commitment to being inclusive along with the BC Human Rights Code and ensuring orderly meeting of the board. Now, this past week, Action for Canada held a meeting at the Chilliwack Curling Club, and management took some heat for actually booking that meeting. However, the club president, Bruce Renwick, said they're not on the government list of hate groups, so there was not any reason to deny them a booking. And so it goes. Last Saturday, snow held off long enough for the annual walks for the coldest night of the year, and depending on where you were, a number of groups benefited from the time and the money. In Chilliwack, it was for Ann Davis. Over $56,000 was raised. In Abbotsford, it was for the Cyrus Center, but this was an online event due to permit issues with the city. 60 teams raised over $80,000. And in Mission, for the Mission Hope Center and Mission Youth House, 109 walkers raised $29,000. 4 new members have been appointed to the BC Transit Board of Directors, joining the 3 continuing members, and that includes the new guy on the block, Mission Mayor Paul Horn. The BC Transit Board of Directors is responsible for supervising and the management of BC Transit and appointing the Chief Executive Officer. As this was going on, the Bus Drivers Union went through their 2-day shutdown for transit within the entire Fraser Valley. Now, as of broadcast time, there remains no movement in the bus drivers' dispute between the transit to union and the drivers and management. Now, wages are still the sticky point. Drivers did go back to work on Wednesday, but it really isn't known what the next job action could or would be and how it's going to affect you. All of this started about a month ago when drivers stopped accepting fares. Afternoon, Abbotsford police responding to the 2700 block of Clearbrook Road for an attempted purse snatching. It was a 97-year-old woman who was walking through the church parking lot. She was using her walker when an unknown man attempted to steal the purse. During the incident, she fell to the ground, but prevented the suspect from stealing her purse, but she did require medical attention for her non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect is described as tall, Caucasian male, wearing a black jacket, black pants, and Abbotsford police are continuing to investigate this. And if you have any type of information or video, you're asked to call abbyPD. Abbotsford Police, in conjunction with the Police Foundation, are hosting the It's a No presentation, and that's coming up Saturday. abbyPD inviting 1 parent per household and 1 child over the age of 10 to attend this. It's being held at the Abbotsford Legacy Sports Center Banquet Room, which is Exhibition Park near the Rotary Building. The presentation will include engagement with the Abbotsford Police Youth Squad, and we'll speak about the dangers of youth using social media and provide them with an action plan should they be contacted by somebody wanting inappropriate photos from them. The draft for the 2023 to 2027 financial plan bylaw for the City of Abbotsford presented online at special committee meetings this week. The common theme in this budget is the impact of rising prices. Various contracted services, property insurance, wages, fuel, and more have seen significant price increases over last year all across the board. The budget is being presented to reflect the challenges as well as efforts to mitigate a required tax and fee increase, which means the proposed general property tax increase for this coming year, 5.48%. BC Sportsman Show makes its return to TradeX for another edition, March 3rd through the 5th, the entire weekend. This all-encompassing showcase covers every aspect of outdoor lifestyles. It is the 30th anniversary to gather the best of hunting, boating, and fishing. And the 30th anniversary will be this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all of it at Tradex. And yes, you are going to have to pay for your parking. Coming up in sports, it's a ton of basketball as it's high school basketball championship season. Josh will have more in just a moment.
How's it going, everyone? Josh here with you. We're back with sports. We have got a ton to cover today, so let's not waste any time. Let's just jump into it. The storied Abbotsford versus Chilliwack rivalry added another chapter recently, as Abbey Christian and Chilliwack's GW Graham grade 9 girls basketball teams faced off in the wildcard round of the provincial championships. Unfortunately, Chilliwack came out on top this time, prevailing 42-32, and to add insult to injury, GW went on to have a Cinderella run all the way to the finals, where, beset by injuries and foul trouble, GW Graham's smaller roster couldn't hold up in the final against Kelowna's École Kalo Middle School, falling 89-29. So at least Abbotsford can take solace in Chilliwack's lopsided loss in the finals. That's a little rough. Abbotsford athletes excelled at the British Columbia School Sports Wrestling Championships, which occurred over this past weekend, February 24th and 25th, out in Vancouver at the Pacific Coliseum. Let's recap some of the best results. Robert Bateman Secondary School's Rupinder Johal took home first place in the female 90-kilogram division. Rakansas Secondary's Gushar Johal captured gold in the male 51-kilogram division. And WJ Mowat Secondary's Omareo Dada won the male 70-kilogram division. Mowat also got gold medals from Tejveer Dinsa in the male 84-kilogram and Jagrup Dinsa in the male 110-kilogram categories. That is a lot of gold, and that doesn't even count all the other Abbotsford students who got silver and bronze medals throughout the competition. WJ Mowat as a team finished second place with a total of 71 points, while Rick Hansen was in 25th with 17 points, and Bateman was tied for 26th with 16 points. If you want to see the full list of winners, you can find that on trackwrestling.com. Now, I am a golfer, and you can usually evaluate the difficulty of a golf course by its length, right? For example, New York's Bethpage Black Course has a warning sign behind the first tee saying this is for experienced, highly skilled golfers only, and it measures 7,400 yards from the back tees. Now let's contrast that with Abbotsford's Ledgeview Golf Course, which measures just 6,100 yards from the back, over 1,000 yards less. But as anyone who has played the course will tell you, it may be the most challenging 6,100 yards you'll ever play. And if you want proof, look no further than PGA Tour pros Nick Taylor and Adam Hadwin, who both grew up honing their games on Ledgeview's tight fairways and undulating greens. This kind of unique manner of difficulty is one of the reasons why the course will play host to a qualifier for the 2023 Canadian Open. General Manager Brad Clapp is very pumped by the announcement, as you might expect, and you'll recall that the Trans Mountain pipeline work tore up some of the course, so this announcement is also a testament to the amazing restoration work that has taken place over the last year. If you're interested in trying your luck, the qualifier is scheduled for May the 12th. The BC Sportsman's Show makes its return to TradeX this spring for another exciting edition March 3rd through March 5th. This all-encompassing show will cover every aspect of the outdoor lifestyle, and it will also be the 30th anniversary of this highly anticipated event. And it promises to gather the best of hunting, boating, fishing, all your outdoor needs. So anything you're interested in, check out details of the show at their social media. It was a series that deserved to end in a 5th set for what it's worth, but unfortunately, UFV's women's volleyball team saw their season come to an end in the Canada West quarterfinal with a 3-2 loss to the Winnipeg Westmen. The Westmen now advance to the Canada West semifinals against the Trinity Western Spartans, and that starts tonight in Langley. The playoff loss ends UFV squad's second season in Canada West, in which they bounced back from a rough start, 0-4 to start the year, but actually finished the year level with Winnipeg on an 18-6 record. For those counting at home, that's 18-2 in the last 20 games in the season. I'd say they got a lot to build on heading into next year. After being named the Canadian national team's ski cross in the 2023 FIS Freestyle World Ski Championships in Bucharini, Georgia, it unfortunately wasn't meant to be for Cultus Lake's Reese Howden, as in the finals, he was a mere 0.9 of a second from reaching the podium, still finishing a very respectable 4th place, so congrats to Reese. But looking ahead, due to warm temperatures in the forecast, the FIS Ski Cross World Cup in Germany this week has been canceled, so I guess we'll have to wait a little longer for Reese to get back out on the track. All right, that's all we've got for sports today. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, we will see you next week. We're going to go now to Cari with the weather.
abbyTV weekend weather with Cari Moore. Okay, the snow is over. Do we see any more snow? What do we see this weekend?
Over the weekend, we have some highs of 5 and 6 and 7, but down to -2. And then next week, Monday, could be more snow. Sunshine Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, but it's still going to be pretty cold. So, Don, you still can't put away your winter boots. Sorry about that. Have a great day.
Thanks, Cari. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Abbotsford and you have a story you think we should know about, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to send us your pictures as well as your video. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lehn.